Hi guys, welcome back with the second set of battles. We have here Pinky Dadu versus Shaquille Clarke. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the team analysis and get into the battle. Okay, we have a Riku. I'm not too sure if it's choice, not too sure if it's scarf. Could be assault vest because Riku does run that now currently. She also has a Ferrothorn. I'm looking for her team with special defensive. Landorus, a Charizard, we don't know if it's Mega X, Mega Y, a Chinchino, and a Talonflame. Now, Shaquille, he has a really good team himself. He has a Haxorus, a Gardevoir, a Chandelier, a Tentacruel, and a Skarmory and Scrafty. So he has a pretty good team. Everything looks good. A Mega, my girl is not running a Mega. I'm not too sure if that's Mega Gardevoir that Shaquille's running, but we'll get in the match and see what is going to go down. Alright, we see Grumpy Cat, her Riku, hints the stage, and Shaquille sends out his Scrafty. I think Pinky got the better end of this deal. She can just go ahead and Volt Switch out without any problems, but Scrafty's pretty bulky, so he can take those hits pretty well. She goes into her Ferrothorn to discourage him from making any physical attacks. Shaq makes an awesome plays and goes for the taunt. She can't use any of her status moves. She can't set up rock. She can't run Sleep Seed. But she just ends up going for the Gyro Ball then. The Gyro Ball does not a lot of damage at all. And my boy just bulked up again, and it is looking scary. Scrafty got 2 bulk ups. It's looking pretty good now. Those gyro balls are not going to be doing anything at all, and my boy could just set up for that Drain Punch takedown. The taunt wear off, but it's too late. Give me my health back. Goes for the Drain Punch. Takes back most of the health he lost. Seems that he turned the situation from a bad situation to a good situation, but the taunt did wear off, so my girl sets up her rocks. The rocks are now up, so but he does have Tentacool. Tentacool is a spinner, so he can go ahead and spin those rocks away if need be. But 2 Drain Punches from a +2 Scrafty. There's no way Ferrothorn's going to live that. Ferrothorn goes down, but she did get up the rocks. It will put pressure on him to get those rocks off the field if he does use Tentacool to rapid spin. She goes into Talonflame, goes for the Overprotection Bear Blitz, but my boy decided to make the risky play, stay in, and then go for the counter. Interesting. He may have had that counter for the Brave Bird, but now she goes for the Brave Bird. I think this Brave Bird at the health he was at, that was a clean KO. Takes the KO. She takes the kill, and but Birdemic, she did use a lot of her resources to get it done. So my boy goes out into the Skarmory, and she just goes for the Flare Blitz. Clean Flare Blitz is going to take out almost takes out the Flare, the Skarmory, but the recall was too much for Birdemic, so it took the bite the dust. Skarmory's still here to say but it is still weak. You have to get in at another time and try to see if you can roost it. But I think he may have forgotten that the Stealth Rocks were on the field, so I don't think Skarmory is going to come back in on that switching, regardless of how he does or says. So she goes and reveals her Mega. Her Mega is X Charizard. She goes for the Dragon Claw. That's a clean Oko for Hatteras because of the Tough Call boost. My boy goes into his Tentacool now, and she is faster, so she says she's going to get a dance so she can go ahead and try to finish this up here very quickly. He uses his Skull instead, as you understand what she does, but Charizard is part Dragon, so Skull does not do as much as a Charizard wild form. So she's able to get at the clean D-Dance, goes for the Dragon Claw, Tough Claw boosted. That's a dead Tentacool, max HP, max defense. It would have been the same result. He goes into the Gardevoir, Mega Evolves into his Gardevoir, Mega Gardevoir. Charizard is not looking too good in the situation, but he still has his Fire typing, so it could be good for her. She still has a D-Dance up, goes for that +1 Flare Blitz, takes out Gardevoir, clean Oko at with the Stealth Rocks in play. I think the Stealth Rocks did play a factor into that. I might be wrong, but I have to double check those calcs. Chandelure comes out and takes some hefty damage. She goes ahead and goes through Roost, revealing that she does have recovery options for her Charizard. And he goes ahead and does the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball does half damage, not enough to take out Charizard. Charizard uses the Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw takes out Chandelure. Chandelure hits the ground. He goes into his Skarmory, but as I said before, the Stealth Rocks are still on the field, so Skarmory wouldn't have stood a chance. And that's the end of the match. Pinky taking up the first round. It's pretty quick. Did make some questionable plays, which put Pinky in a really good position. So what we'll do is that we'll go ahead and take a break and have a word with our sponsors once again, and I'll meet you back here for the second battle.
I want to say a special thanks to Ben from System Link. System Link, come down. We have the latest games that you can play. System Link, you can have some fun at System Link, or System Link is where you can meet some really interesting people. System Link did host a tournament, and I want to give a special shout out to Ben. Thanks a lot, dude.
Hi guys, welcome back. This is the second match between Pinky, Dadu, and Shaquille, Clarke. So let's get into it. You know the team, so we don't need to go over the rule set. Let's just get into it. Yeah. I apologize if you hear the rain falling. The rain is pouring outside tonight. So to start off the second battle, we see Talonflame goes first. My boy said if it ain't broke, don't fix. He goes for his Scrafty. Well, not the best choice, but Scrafty does has the the skin, so he can heal himself even if he does have the burn, so it doesn't cause a big trouble for him. So he goes into his Skarmory now to tank the incoming Brave Bird that was incoming, took that like a tank. Birdemic gets some hits off the Rocky Helmet. Now he has to predict the Flare Blitz, but she ends up not going for the Flare Blitz and goes into Spiky. Skarmory uses opportunity to roost and does a good job roosting off damage, which wasn't enough, by the way. So he got a full Skarmory again. He goes out of his Skarmory, goes into his Chandelure. Spiky sets up some Leech Seed, knowing that the switch was coming. So he got some leech seed, but she's in a bad situation because Chandler is faster, does have the stab to kill, and she doesn't want none of that, so she's going out back into her Talonflame. So he was going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, trying to play it safe. The Will-O-Wisp missed because Talonflame is part fire type, so that didn't affect him. Chandler doesn't want to take any more of that leech seed damage, up to switch back out into his Skarmory. She goes for the Brave Bird once again, and he predicts it very well. This is an excellent prediction. Goes back in his Skarmory, making it take more damage than it's worth. He realized this must be a banded Talonflame, so I mean, he must realize that well, it's not banded, so that's my fault. But she goes for the Will-O-Wisp, and he predicts it again, goes into Chandler. She uses U-turn to get out of there, and now she's going to go ahead and send in a threat to take out the Chandelier. Now she goes into her Charizard, her Mega Charizard Y. He goes for the Shadow Ball. The Shadow Ball does half damage. She go ahead and Mega Evolve. I think the bulk that Charizard gets when he Mega Evolves Mega Y, he could be able to live another one, but still it is a rule. But she is faster. She gets off the Dragon Claw, and Dragon Claw is a nice KO. Now he goes into his Haxorus, thinking that he can outspeed Charizard without a D-Dance. Charizard doesn't want to take the risk, goes back out, goes into her defensive wall, which is Farthorn. He goes for the Rock side, which is an excellent play, maybe in the Talonflame, but didn't get it. Chooses to switch back out now and goes into his Tentacruel. She sets up the rocks. He has Tentacle Day. He can spin them away if he wanted to, but he ends up going for the Skull. I don't think he had the Rapid Spin on his Tentacle, but I could be wrong. But as he showed me, and he didn't have a Rapid Spin, so I don't think he had a Rapid Spin on this one. So she goes for the Gyro Spin. He goes for the Skull. He wants to burn to immobilize this this wall that's walling his whole life, and he gets the burn, but she gets the leech seed off. So it was a semi-even trade, and now she's in predicament because she's on a timer now, more so than ever. Tentacle here is just chilling, relaxing, maxing out cool. Did its job. Now I think my boy is going to withdraw his Tentacle since he got his burn, and go into his Skarmory now to tank the hits of the Gyro Ball. She uses the Protect, and Protect fails, but now she goes ahead and calls back her Farthorn, and sends out her Talonflame. Now that she's in here with Talonflame, she's gonna go for that Flare Blitz because she's been over predicting all the time. So she goes for the standard. I think she goes for the standard Flare Blitz and not the Brave Bird. He goes into his Haxorus to see if he could tank the Flare Blitz. The Flare Blitz does at least 30%, not bad. But the recall will put her in a kill range, but he makes a double play into his Skarmory, because she's gonna go for the Brave Bird, and he's gonna use the Rocky Helmet to kill it off. Good play, shot. Making a decent prediction, going for that kill by recoil, and I bet you he's still in this, or got some work to, but he's still got some work to put in. Now she brings back out Charizard, saying that she take on the Skarmory 1v1. She goes for the Roost, he goes for the switch-in, and we have Scrapped in the field with Charizard stars are in. Scrafty is a bulkier variant. I think this is his defensive scarf. I mean his special defensive Scrafty. So she goes for the Dragon Dance. I bet he's gonna go for the bulk up, and everybody's just boosting up all over the place. And but no, he doesn't go for the bulk hit. He goes for the taunt. Excellent play to stop the setup. But she goes to the Dragon Claw. Since this is special defensive, Scrafty, and not physical, it takes more damage than needed. He goes for the counter and kills Charizard. Nice play. That counter, that clutch counter, man. That clutch counter. My girl brings in her Chinchino now. Chinchino is Hat City. For anyone that doesn't know, Chinchino is a pain and a threat when you put it against something. It goes ahead and she goes ahead and go for the tail slap. And Tentacool is not gonna live that because that would have killed regardless, because she would have got all 5 hits in. So he goes into his Skarmory. Skarmory is kind of banged up, so Chinchino will be able to take it out using its skill link ability to land those rock blasters, killing off Skarmory as well. Now I think he only has at least two more I think it's 2 or 1 more Pokemon. He goes into his Gardevoir and he Mega Evolves into his Mega Gardevoir, and he is ready to wreck shit. Ready to wreck stuff. But Chinchino goes to Tail Slap, misses. He goes for the Moonblast. That's gonna do massive damage. Chinchino hits the ground, and Aladdin comes out. Now Aladdin goes for the Intimidate, the attack drop, but it doesn't really matter. She goes for the Earthquake. The Earthquake does absolutely everything. Coin the Gardevoir, and he goes into his very last mon, which is Scrafty. Scrafty's pretty banged up right now, so Lana seems to be scarred, so he's just gonna go for the Earthquake again, take out the Scrafty. No, it's not his last Pokemon. Well, Haxorus is pretty much dead because we already know this is Scarflandorus. Looking at the way how it is doing what it's doing, so she's just gonna go for the Earthquake, take out the Haxorus, and secure herself a place in the second round. Now, a little bit of deterrent. Jeremy Coppin, which was her next opponent, wasn't able to make it, so that propelled Pinky straight to finals. Sorry for Jeremy that Gerard, he wasn't able to make it, but Pinky is in the finals, and her competitor Shaquille got beaten up the tournament. But will Pinky have a chance at the next opponent? Will her opponent be strong enough to take on Pinky? You have to find out in the next videos to come. Stay tuned.